Hey, VO Babble is back. Episode number 2, the second introduction. Cindy is down there. Doug is over there. See how I pointed at that? You know, got your right in the ear. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Any rate, so what we're going to do is just introduce ourselves, talk about where we are, who we are, why we are, and we'll let ladies go first. So Cindy, talk away.
Hi there. I'm Cindy Johnson, and I'm in Tampa, Florida, and been here now coming on 7 years. Got into voiceovers in Denver, Colorado, through an organization called Such a Voice, and that's where I met one of my partners here, Doug Mass. And how I got into it is I'm a licensed pharmacist, and I was working for Pfizer doing medical information, and I would get a lot of comments about how nice a voice I had on the phone. And there was this class introduced at our community college. If people are telling you this, maybe you want to do voiceovers. So, and it was through Such a Voice, and so that's how I got into it. And then it moved on to, we met Mark, and we created a little club meetup for voiceover people in the area. I started my voiceovers with a company out of India. I was doing e-learning. And then I kind of hooked in with CBS Denver. And I get about a couple of gigs a year from them that are basically TV ads for various, mostly healthcare, on commercials on CBS Denver. I think it's Channel 4, but I can't remember. What else? What else do you guys want to know? Is that good? What I'd like to do, where I'd like to go, you're gonna have to edit this, Mark.
No, it's good. I like it.
What I'd like to do is Mark and Doug and I have been meeting since we all moved. Mark moved, Doug moved, so we've been meeting by Zooms for at least the last 7 years. But we started all this 2008, 2009, maybe 10. I can't remember the exact date. So we've been doing it for a little bit. We all have websites. Mark has created some things for my website, which has been really nice. He's a good techie, and a lot of times I have to call him and say, I can't get this to work. What I'd like to, going forward, what I'd like to do is I've kind of gotten into, besides medical stuff, but I've been doing some reading meditations for a group that I'm involved in. And so I'd like to maybe do some more of those that are on either apps or whatever. And then the other thing I think I'd really like to do is, when you go to museums and you have the audio with you and you're listening. I was just at the Dolly Museum here in Tampa, and I thought, oh man, I could do that. It would be really nice. So those are my two big goals. After I set up my studio in here in this nice closet I have, that's a perfect voiceover studio. Yeah, and then I can get some stuff to Mark, and he can put it on my website for me. So that would be great.
Cool. I like that.
And that's about it, I think. What else? I think I covered everything. No?
Yeah. And in fact, in the coming episodes, we'll also just show, our studios that we have. Yeah, what we've got right now and what we've done. So that'll be in upcoming episodes. So
sounds good.
Let's go over to Doug. Hi, Doug. What are you doing? Doug's. Hi, Doug. There you are.
I had to take myself off mute because I was clearing my throat. I didn't want to override on Cindy's there.
Oh, I thought you had to pass gas or something.
You're in front of me. Dang. Who's smart there, Mark?
Go ahead.
All right. So my name's Doug Mass. I live in Denver, Colorado. Been out here for about 40 years. Not necessarily a native, but I've been here a long time. Anyway, my dabbling into the voiceover business came in about 1987, 1988. My wife told me, "Oh, you've got a great voice." I mean, she was knew a lot of people in the broadcasting business. She says, "Yeah, you should be doing things like that." So I attended the Columbia School of Broadcasting and graduated from that, and put out a couple of demos. Didn't really want to be a disc jockey, but I like the voiceover part of it, where you just kind of get the chance to record again and again if you don't get it right. So it kind of dropped, didn't do anything with it. Then back in 2000, the opportunity came up to get with such a voice like Cindy, and that's where I met Cindy Johnson. And went through that program at the website and things like that. But I've probably been the least active of the group here. And I think the technical challenges have been my biggest thing. At my age, technology doesn't come real easy. But I enjoy doing it. It's just making sure I'm managing my way and maneuvering through the technical end of it, as far as recording and editing and processing and organizing the takes and making sure you get the right ones done. Those have been my biggest challenges with that. But again, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it, and certainly the camaraderie we have with Mark and Cindy here has been great. So that's really kind of what I'd like to do, is just continue to do voiceovers, some narrations maybe. I enjoy doing the ones for automobiles or airplanes, things like that. Those are kind of my areas of big interest, and anything that I can do in that area is kind of where I'd like to head. But looking forward to doing the YouTube channel. This should be fun. So thank you.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. I know that's good stuff. And yes, just so you know, I have YouTube and Rumble set up. We have a channel on both of those outlets. I know there's billions and billions of more, Apple and whoever. There's a whole bunch of venues out there, but I thought we'd get started on the YouTube and the Rumble. Those are, I think, the two big ones. Also Spotify. I was looking into getting Spotify going too, but in time, hopefully we'll be pretty much on any, podcast service available to you. So at any rate, now there's me, the guy you saw on the first episode. Again, my name is Mark O'Clock. And yes, that is my real name, Mark. No, O'Clock, yes. At any rate, I am the jokester of the group. I'm the one that's always cracking stupid jokes and making light of things. So you'll have to get used to that. My journey started back in, when did it start? Back in the early 2000s, as far as voiceover. Had a lot of people do the same thing to me. Your voice really sounds good. You should be a disc jockey on the radio. And I looked into it, actually. Looked into the Columbia Broadcast School, just like Doug did. And then I looked into what kind of money you could make in broadcasting as far as a DJ or a radio personality, because I do have a face for radio. Any rate, I found out that, the money to be made as a DJ is not very good. My regular day job has been construction forever, and I make a pretty good income in construction. But the voiceover stuff just had intrigued me, that I wanted to learn more and more. And then as I learned more and more, I saw there were more opportunities in voiceover, and I thought, okay, I need to get training, and I need to get equipment, and I need to do this and that. And I went through the good, the bad, the ugly, just like I said in the first episode. I spent money that I shouldn't have spent, and I've spent money wisely on some things. So I've kind of built up my little voiceover business over the years, slowly. And I've created my own website. I have my studio. I've gotten the equipment that I like to use. And I've spent quite a bit of money on that, which you don't have to do. Just lesson. Don't spend a lot of money. I like to spend money. So, at any rate, I've done a few gigs over the years. Done some gigs for in Denver. I did gigs for a local restaurant. Did advertisement for them. Did some stuff for a German tourist agency. Some German production company got a hold of me, and I did some little 1-minute YouTube videos for some German town, Dresden, Germany. Guys ever been to Dresden, Germany? Yeah, you got to go there. I did videos for it. Any rate, and I've done a couple little audiobooks and that type of stuff over the time. Made a little few bucks here and there. Did voices for some video games, some online video games. Those are fun. So, that's the kind of stuff I've been doing. And I did meet up with these two individuals in Denver, Colorado when I lived there. Originally, I came from South Dakota. Then I moved down to Arizona. Then I moved up to Colorado. Then I moved over to California. Then I moved back to Arizona. So I've been around. But when I was in Colorado, I met Cindy and Doug, and we did form up that little meetup group. And it was a fun group for the longest time. We had a good time. We did a lot of fun stuff, made some recordings, did some community recordings, learned a lot, had some neat little guests that came into our meetup. So it was fun. Made some good connections there. And when we all moved, when I moved and when Cindy moved, the three of us still stayed together. We just kept connecting every month, even if we didn't have anything to say. So, and that was a good thing. We stayed in touch. We, told each other what we've been doing and what we haven't been doing. And that kind of led us to what we're doing right now, creating this goofy little podcast where we're going to sit around most of the time and just talk about topics. We're not going to look at the camera. We're going to look at each other on the screen, and we're going to talk about recording software. We're going to talk about recording booths. We're going to talk about different techniques of voiceover. And I'm babbling on. So somebody else can take over right now if you'd like to.
Well, this is supposed to be voiceover Babble, so you did the right thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
And any of our audience that joins us and our they subscribe and they ring the bell and they do all of that stuff. There's going to be a graphic that goes across for the YouTube thing. When you become a subscriber to our little channel here, you will become a babbler.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What do you think, guys?
Like it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought about that last night. What are we gonna call ourselves?
Yeah.
Seems that it's VO Babble.